my name is Tori, this is No Life, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to another romance recommendations video where I'm going to be chatting about standalone romances. So I know that there are a lot of series out there. I sometimes just love a plain standalone romance where we get their HEA in one book and I don't feel like I have to pick up the next book or another book in the series to be fulfilled with the story. So before we dive into the books I have to talk about in this video, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, and that is Pippa Grant. So Pippa Grant has a brand new book out. It's called Until It Was Love, and this is a complicated situationship rom-com, and it has literally all the tropes. So our main male character, he actually is completely canned from the rugby team in the US in England, and he comes to the US to try and revive his rugby career. And our female character is a life coach, and her brother is on the team with him. They decide to fake date, basically, and it is a grumpy sunshine. He is so grumpy. Soft spot for his little purse dog that he carries around. So yes, there's adorable puppy. It's enemies to lovers. He has a ginormous mustache that she's like, no, hence why there's mustache on the cover. And this has a super sassy friend group too, which is just all the vibes that you want in a rom-com, right? If you want to check out this book, it is now available on Kindle Unlimited. You can pick it up on ebook, on audio, or grab the paperback if you would like to. This is a forbidden romance you do not want to miss out on. I will have the link in the description box to grab your copy. Thank you so much to Pippa Grant for sponsoring this video. So I have a stack next to me. I'm very excited, and let's just go ahead and dive right in. The first one I want to chat about is Serpentine Valentine by Gianna Darling. So I have talked about this book quite a bit. I love this. This is a Medusa retelling. It's a dark academia book. It is a sapphic romance. Our female characters go through a journey in this book. I related to both of them in like separate ways. So Lex really is struggling at the beginning of this book. She is sexually assaulted by a professor, and after that she just wants to get vengeance back because no one believes her. The headmaster of the school that she's going to doesn't believe her, and she decides to take that revenge out on the president of the college's daughter, and that's where Luna steps in. Now, Luna and Lex are on like opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Luna is this good girl. She does everything her mother tells her. She gets good grades. She's perfect. She doesn't really act out or do anything, I would say, like rebellious. And Lex is the complete opposite of that. She has the man-eater crew, where she has this found family group of women that also live with her. She considers them her sisters, even though they're not like blood related. So it has a really good found family aspect. And their HEA in this book is so fulfilling, but it's also so fulfilling because you see both of the characters really go through this transformation during the book where they kind of not meet in the middle. It's like they compromise. They learn something from each other. So Luna learns to be a little bit more, not rebellious, but to let go and, you know, live life wildly, I guess you can say. And Lex learns from Luna that it's okay to be soft and it's okay to have a soft side for certain people, or let that show every once in a while. And I personally really love this. I think Gianna did amazing with this. This is the Hello Lovely box trope of the month exclusive edition, so if you don't recognize it, that's where it comes from. It has a little bit of a step back as well from a scene in the book. I love this book. I think it's a great sapphic romance. Yeah, I'm just a fan of Gianna, and I think she did amazing with this book. The next one I have is called Knock to Cadia by Carrie Lake. So this is also another dark academia, complete standalone romance, and it is a professor student. So our female character goes to Cadia University. She gets a full ride scholarship after her mother passes away, and she's like, why not take this risk and why not just go? Like, I can't pass up this opportunity. It's a full ride scholarship. So she goes and she wants to study under this professor, and that professor has a lot of secrets, but he's also, I don't know, she's very attracted to him as well. So they kind of start this like forbidden relationship. While it is very long, it does blend the dark academia, very much gothic vibes, and horror elements with a dark romance. It blends all four of those really, really well, and it's a very unique book that I haven't read before. I haven't read anything like it before, so it's very unique in that way. So if you're looking for more of a forbidden, darker romance similar to Serpentine Valentine, that would be considered a dark romance as well. Definitely go for one of those, but I really liked Knock to Cadia. I listened to the audiobook. I thought the audiobook was done really well, so if you're looking for that, definitely go check it out. But those are just two darker romances for my dark romance lovers out there, that if you want something a little bit darker, that it's a complete standalone, definitely check out those. Now, I do have a complete standalone by Rebecca Jinchak, and that's called Sweet Spot. Now, I feel like golf romances are finally picking back up because of Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey, but Sweet Spot has been around for a little while, and let me tell you, if you're also looking for more of like a sweet romance, cute, adorable, but also forbidden, check out Sweet Spot, because our female character is on the golf team at school, and in walks this swing coach, and he's not older, like really old, but there is like a 5 or 6 year age gap between them, and he's actually helping out the men's team. But the female coach, or the coach for the female team, doesn't think that his team needs a swing coach, so he chooses not to like let that coach come in and like let the swing coach come in. Now, they have a very interesting relationship. He sees something in her that's like, wow, she can like go really far, but this coach is really holding her back, and they kind of have this, I wouldn't say they have banter, so it's more of like friends to lovers, but I thought this was really sweet. The audiobook is so good. If you're looking for like a golf romance that's just a complete standalone set in like a college setting where it's a little bit forbidden because he's the coach and she's the athlete, definitely check out Sweet Spot. I really like this one. It was super adorable. Yeah, especially if you're one of those people who loved Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey, I think you would really love Sweet Spot too. But I have quite a bit of standalones on this list. Now, one that I recently read that I loved the mental health and neurodiverse representation was Last Call at the Local by Sarah Grunder Ruiz. Now, this is a book set in Ireland. Our female character is just like going on this journey. She's trying to figure out what she's doing, and she lands herself in Ireland, and that's when she meets Jack. Now, she has ADHD, and she really struggles with that. She struggles with having a routine because she wants to stick to one, but then she gets caught up by other things that are happening. And Jack is actually struggling with OCD as well as a little bit of ADHD, but the OCD is more prevalent. And it's really interesting that this is like a character-driven book where two people that are neurodiverse can actually have a relationship, because I feel like some people, it's like the stigma out there that's like, oh, it's harder when you have both people that are neurodiverse. It's like, no, it's just, you know, you have to talk things out more. I loved it. There's an adorable cat in this book. I love the setting of Ireland. I read this around St. Patrick's Day, and it was perfect. It was the perfect audiobook to listen to around St. Patrick's Day. But like I said, this is a very character-driven book, so if you're looking for more of a plot, you're not really going to find it in this book, but I did like the character development. It's forced proximity. She starts working at the bar that he owns, and it's just really cute. It's an atmospheric book, and I thought it was adorable. I love the characters. It was a fun read. One that I'd recommend if you want like a complete standalone. Get their HEA in this book along with the little cat. It's adorable too. Another one I want to mention is Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. So Lila Sage has been picked up. I do know she has Swift and Saddled out. I do have the audiobook for my library, but I haven't started listening to it yet. When I read this book, I really loved it. I love a book when there's healing involved, and our female character, she comes back to her ranch, her family ranch, and she meets, I guess it's her brother's best friend, but she kind of had a crush on him, but it was like, not really a crush, she just found him like hot, but they bantered and bickered all the freaking time. So, you know, it's kind of enemies to lovers, but she sees him in like a new light when she comes back to the ranch because he's like doing all these things. He owns a bar now. So it's completely different than the man, or the boy, I guess you can say, she thought she knew. And I like the romance in here. It's a very sweet romance. He helps her with her panic attacks that she starts having at the ranch, trying to get back on a horse after she has an injury. And I personally love this. I thought this was a great read. I would highly recommend it to everyone. I think at the time I gave it 4.5 stars. So I definitely understand why Lila Sage got picked up. I'm very excited to read Swift and Saddled. That's the second book in the series. But in this book, you get their HEA. This is an HEA for this book. You see that they're loving and living life together, so I want to recommend this one if you haven't read it already. Now, I know a lot of people are going to recommend Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, but I personally want to recommend Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez because I think the anxiety representation in this book is legitimately perfection. I have not read a book since Ever After Always by Chloe Leese where the anxiety representation was so spot on. And this book was it. So this is the Eternal Ember special edition cover. I would recommend Just for the Summer as well. I did like that one. I gave these both 4.5 stars for different reasons. But in this book, I love the audiobook. I love the story. I love just everything that Abby Jimenez wrote in this book. I thought it was fan-freaking-tastic. I just loved everything about this book, so I would want everyone to read it. If you want to read more of Abby Jimenez, I know that this book, a a lot of people read last year and loved it, but between this book and Just for the Summer, I definitely and highly would recommend them because they were really good. Really good. The last book I have is one of my favorites of 2023, and that is Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I was pulling books off of my shelf for complete standalones, and I forgot about this book, and I'm dying to actually reread this. I just felt the way that Julie Soto had wrote this book, between the POV changes, between the past and present, and how the POV changes where you really only get her point of view from the present and you get his point of view from the past, and that's kind of how the story was told. And then you get to the end and you see how everything just like culminates and comes to just an amazing ending, and it was so good. I love this book. I love our hero, love our female character. I love the journey that they go on. It was so good. I really honestly can't sing the praises more, but it's more of a contemporary forced proximity. She's a wedding planner and he is a florist, and they have definitely had a past, so it's second chance romance, but you're getting like little bits and pieces throughout the book from the past of why it was second chance, and it was like so just angsty and slow burn because you're trying to figure out why they broke up in the first place, but also like you see them together and forced together again, like forced proximity. So good. So good. So good. If you haven't read this book, definitely check it out. Love this one. Anyway, those are my romance recommendations for complete standalone romances if you're looking for some to where you don't have to commit to a series, if you know what I mean. But let me know in the comments down below if you have any standalones for me. I would love to know. Once again, thank you so much to Pippa Grant for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out Until It Was Love. It is out now on Kindle Unlimited. You can grab the ebook, audio, or paperback. I'll have the link in the description box below for you. Fake dating, enemies to lovers, rugby thighs, brother's teammate, an adorable puppy, sassy friend group. Like, what else could you want in a rom-com? So make sure you check out Until It Was Love. For the emoji, drop me a dog emoji in the comments down below. I don't know why, just drop me a dog emoji in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.